electronic beat.
Hey, welcome to Bear Island. I'm your Captain Bo, and once again with my co-pilot Peyton. Peyton, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. I got the week off work.
Yeah, there we go.
And
this is work.
Back.
This is work.
So this is the grind, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and better than ever, I'd say.
I was about to say, you got some new space, doing some new things.
I don't know what I decided to put on the background yet.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. we got our producer Gator with us now.
Yes, Gator.
On site producing.
Gator is present and ready to enhance this.
Getting some Gatorade. Gatorade. There we go. Aid from Gator. You get it?
Welcome.
Doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. Never stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. So, Peyton, what's going on with you, bud?
Oh, so much. But I want to make sure we focus on the important points. What do you want to know, Bow Island?
Want to know what the F you want to talk about. That's what I want to know.
Okay, yeah, no. So,
I know you got a lot of things on your mind.
It's been a long time. Yeah,
a lot of important topics.
We've got a lot of important things, but right now, man, I just can't help but want to talk about a new movie that is releasing on December 13th. Do you know what movie I'm referring to is? Do you know what it is?
Well, considering I haven't been to the cinema in a little bit of time, actually,
when was the last time you went to see a movie in theaters?
See, this is the thing is I actually used to love going to the movie theaters. Absolutely loved it. But lately, there just hasn't been a whole lot of good movies to see.
I was about to say, like, do you still not like going?
No. See, I actually, contrary to most people, I actually really enjoy the whole theater experience, especially when other people are in it with you and like everyone has like the same general interest, like when seeing Endgame. And everyone was jacked up at the end. They're all rooting and hollering and everything like that. Like that's what makes theater experience going to.
Yes.
But there hasn't been really anything lately. And considering like Wicked already came out,
pretty popular,
and the blasphemy that's Gladiator 2 is already out.
Oh, not a Gladiator 2. Fan, are we?
It's just the most unnecessary movie of all time. But again, I digress. So what's coming out on December 13th?
December 13th is The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim.
Oh yeah,
on December 13th. The animated movie that is coming out, set in the Lord of the Rings world universe. Peter Jackson's. We'll call it Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Because I believe he is part of the production, if not running it.
I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Well, you know, they actually, I can't remember his name, and I feel so bad, but he was Count Dooku, and he was Sauron. He passed away.
Yeah.
Who played him?
Christopher Lee. Yeah, Christopher Lee.
Yeah, Christopher Lee, actually, they brought back, they had recordings of him rehearsing his lines for The Hobbit. And so they actually have incorporated him into the script of the movie.
Basically,
Sauron will be in it.
Basically, they used dead Christopher Lee AI to generate.
Oh my God! Do you think they did AI?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You
they
think
used
so?
AI. Oh, 100%.
Okay, hold on. This is exciting. There's been a new addition to the podcast. It's called a laptop, and I'm going to use it to look this up.
And you're going to put it on your lap.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. So we've used it before, but never like this.
So do you think they're going to tell you if they used AI for
no,
Chris?
No, I just saw an article about Christopher Lee and how they incorporate it, so I just want to see what they're saying.
Oh wow, you jumped there. You jumped the shark on that one. So what was, anyway? Did you want to talk about the trailer you saw?
So, so I did watch the trailer, and I did watch the first 8 minutes of They released 8 minutes on Twitter, I think. It was like the first 8 minutes of the movie.
Oh, yeah, they did that with, I think, Craven. Isn't Craven coming out, too?
Craven's coming out, too, which that'll be, man, that's a whole other episode right there. That's, real quick, are you going to see that in theaters? Real quick, super quick.
No, probably not.
What? It's got Russell Crowe. I mean, like, what's not to love?
I actually like the people in the movie. I just don't trust the people making the movie.
You don't trust Sony?
No, I haven't seen the first 8 minutes though. Maybe the first 8 minutes will,
the first 8 minutes.
maybe this.
Does it sell you that? It's
maybe
rated
that's
R?
the whole thing is to get in that first 8 minutes, and maybe that's the sell.
Does it sell you that it's rated R?
Craven's rated R?
Yes.
Is that yes? It's rated R or?
Well, here let me look.
Hold on, is Craven rated
sure
R?
It's rated R.
Oh, okay. So you didn't know 100%.
No,
were you asking me or were you telling me?
It's rated R. Yeah, it's rated R.
Okay.
It is confirmed rated R. Thank you, laptop on the lap.
Right yeah. Props to Google.
Props to Google there. And then Gator might also give us some answers later.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find anything about this Christopher Lee situation. But you really think it's AI?
Oh, 100%.
See, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even
No. Like, you take real clips of Christopher Lee, get his voice modulated, tune it up, and just stick it into an AI and tell him what to say. And then bada bing, bada boom.
Much darker.
And then I wouldn't say dark. I would just say they probably got an okay from, his estate. His grandkids want some money, and so they used old grandpa's voice and some AI, and poof, there we go, payday.
I hope not. I hope that's not the case. I hope.
Well, considering how they've bastardized the Tolkien estate, and those grandkids are junk and garbage, it would not surprise me. But anyway, do talk about the trailer or the 8 minute sneak peek that you saw that made you.
Yes, we gotta talk about
this
movie.
We
gotta talk about it. So, I just moved my camera a little bit.
Oh my God, we'll never be the same.
We'll never be the same. So, the runtime is 2 hours and 14 minutes. So the trailer looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's an animated movie that's 2 hours.
Purely animated movie. It will be
14
releasing
minutes
in the theaters. It looks like. It's supposed to be groundbreaking. Yes, it's Peter Jackson.
It's supposed to be groundbreaking.
It's supposed to be groundbreaking.
Yeah, where are you reading this from?
Directed by Kenji Kamiyama.
Okay, Japanese folk, I imagine.
Yes.
So it's kind of probably an anime feel to it a little bit?
It does. Okay, so that's the first thing that stands out to me about the trailer and about the clip. It's very anime-based. Mm-hmm. It has, like, you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in the way their hair, like, just everything.
You can see it in their beady eyes that they're anime-based.
I just saw the eyes and, like, the light reflecting. I was like, oh, that is so anime. That is. So, I was thinking back to all the Demon Slayer I've been watching. It was interesting. It looks fine. I want to see it in the theaters to see what happens.
Okay, so you want to see it now. But before you finish. Now, I could be talked into, if you were seeing the movie, I would maybe think about seeing the movie, and then we could probably hit a double feature of that Craven movie.
Yeah, that Craven movie.
and then
we'll take Gator. We'll take Gator. We'll all get.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm paying for the second movie, but I'm saying we definitely go in and watch it. I'm not saying that anyone should do that.
The thing is with this movie is that I do want to see it in theaters. I don't know if it's for necessarily good or bad reasons.
Okay.
But
you're hopeful.
It doesn't. I'm hopeful, but it doesn't look like Lord of the Rings, if that makes sense. Like, it looks like an interesting movie. Well, it looks like something I need to check out due to the name attached to it and Peter Jackson. So I want to check it out and see what's going on. So what
is Peter Jackson's actual role in this?
He is, well, I mean, honestly, it might just be from like a studio he owns. Because I'm looking at it right now and I'm not seeing any.
Is it old Wingnut?
He's not a writer. He's not a director.
Is he he's a producer. He's producing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like produced by. He is not. Yes. Okay. He is. He's an executive producer.
Yeah.
And that is it. So I don't even know what that means. I don't. What is executive producing? What do they do?
Means he's the main producer for the movie. basically they get the movie done. So again, the producers usually put together like the director, the script, all the
Are they like the final like stamp of approval on everything? Is that how you put it?
They can be in certain circumstances, but basically the producers are what makes a film get made. So usually a director can be a producer in some circumstances, but essentially a producer, does all the behind the scenes work, gets the picture made, gets financing, gets directors, gets writers, gets actors in certain circumstances. So
that's cool. Gator, can you confirm that while we keep talking about the role of a producer? Isn't that awesome? He can confirm or deny what you just said. It's gonna be great.
Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
But no, wait. Does that make sense? It doesn't look like Lord of the Rings.
Well, it's an anime.
Well, yes, but like it doesn't. I don't know how to put this. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, One Piece. The live action versus the anime, right? I'm sure this is something I never heard while reading a bunch of reviews for it. Like I was around for when the live action dropped, but I heard a lot about how the live action One Piece really maintained the integrity of the anime through its visuals, right?
Okay.
So that's the other direction, but I think it still kind of holds true that you want to maintain a visual for the audience that knows the source material. You want something for them to attach to, maybe. So it had to go from manga to screen to animation screen to live action screen, and it has to have almost like a similar looking art. This didn't look how One Piece looked in that same way. Like the transfer from the book Lord of the Rings to movie Lord of the Rings to animation it didn't look fluid. Went from that live action stage to that animation stage. It doesn't. It looks like Vinland Saga. I don't know if anyone's seen that anime, but it looks more like Vinland Saga than Lord of the Rings, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. It was something that did stand out to me.
So I did see the original trailer for this movie you speak of, and while I agree with your assessment that it would look like a Vinland Saga, and it does look like it's anime.
Oh yeah, totally.
I would also go as far as to say I disagree that it doesn't look like Lord of the Rings. I mean, I would say, being a big Lord of the Rings fan, that I had more of an objection of my worry is seeing that a movie look to be centered on a character that is less, her description is less than a sentence long in the actual like appendices of the book.
Are they making her the main character?
Well,
is that the redheaded chick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's who we're referring to. Yeah, I don't know anything about the War of the Rohirrim and where this story's even coming from.
Yeah, basically it's Helm Hammerhand's daughter.
Which I know the name Helm Hammerhand if you're a nerd.
Well, yeah, I mean this battle we're speaking of, this time frame is the time frame of Helm Hammerhand, which the story is supposed to be about, but it didn't look to be about him. It looked like to be about a chick that's barely referenced in like a sentence of the appendices.
I see. So
and
there's potential, and we sort of.
And they made a full-fledged 2 hour. When you told me that movie is 2 hours and 14 minutes,
yes,
and not about the person it's supposed to be about, I did have dread run through my veins of the I guess the the little bit I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Kind of dissipated.
Well, listen. A lot of people might be confused where your sentiment's coming from. I'm not. So let me elaborate on this real quickly for anyone who doesn't get it. Just go watch the 3 Hobbit movies, and then the first 15 minutes of the Rings of Power, the TV show. Okay, that's all. You don't even need to watch the full Rings of Power show. Just watch the first 15 minutes.
I mean,
and you'll understand
not
where
to
we're
go
coming
on
from
a
here.
whole other tangent about Rings of Power, which is basically a bastardization of what Tolkien was all about and everything. I mean, it's just pure gutter trash, and the people.
I hated it.
People involved in it deserve to have their careers put back in a major way, because what you did to that man's legacy and what you perpetrated in that show is a crime. Like, I hope the Department of Justice finds you and renders you guilty of the crimes that you committed against Tolkien. And I blame Tolkien's estate. So, not to get too much into the weeds about this, but you guys are terrible. You are the worst, and I wish unpleasant things upon you for what you've done to that man's legacy.
Like, when you say unpleasant things, do you mean like when they're taking groceries inside, they get their belt loops stuck on like a door handle or something like that, and they rip their favorite pair of pants?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, from the
that's
sense
horrible. That'd kill my day.
Yeah,
That'd
like,
absolutely
you
kill
know,
my day.
like they're going through a, patch, in their estates, and they get poison ivy or something like that.
Yeah. Or like you're driving on the road and it's a heavy day of traffic and you hit a pothole and then your tire gets flat.
Yeah.
And you have to call
Yeah.
roadside assistance.
I sure
and
hope-
they show up in 3 hours instead of an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I hope that's what happens.
I sure hope you get audited by the IRS for all the money that you earned, and you have back taxes, and that you have to pay all of those all at once with all the money that you got for tarnishing your grandfather's legacy.
Man, do we love Tolkien?
I appreciate his work. I appreciate his work in fiction.
Tell us how you really feel, Bow Island.
It's just,
Okay, so but like the movie, like if the movie's good, will you like it?
if the movie, well, yeah, no,
Okay,
no.
all right.
I don't think I'm an unfair critic. Okay, so I'm just gonna say something. I'm gonna let it out there. This movie, I think, again, without seeing it, I will preface my statement. I am tired. I am so tired of modern fandom and people who resurrect, properties and these movies and these books and things like that. I just have one thing to say. Like, you people stand.
You people.
And well, see what kind of brings this up for me is I was actually, I would say I partake in nerd activities. Have since I was a kid.
No way.
Yeah,
You're lying.
very much nerd activities. Perpetuated by my father and my family. I have gotten into nerd activities. But I will tell you this. Dungeons and Dragons released a anniversary book where they were going over the last 50 years of history of Dungeons and Dragons. And in the foreword, basically the authors of this 50-year history of Dungeons and Dragons put in this foreword where basically they are bashing the creators, particularly Gary Gygax, one of the main creators of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and basically called him every ist and phobe, imaginable, and basically called them, they didn't understand and the products of their time, and just basically absolutely. And again, these people have passed. They're not here.
Oh yeah, posthumous.
Yeah.
Comments.
And again, this is what
Posthumous. Thank you, Gator.
Yep. This is what just kind of just rubs my rhubarb the wrong way. And
rub your rhubarb.
no, I don't, not one bit. And this is the thing about it is like, so they go on and they do this and they attack it. And I think it's just A, it's gross. And B, these people, these authors, these uncreative hacks basically are standing on the shoulders of giants and think that they're flying. And it absolutely angers me beyond belief. Like, you talentless hacks You basically go after people who are more imaginative, creative, and have built things you could have never dreamed of, and all you're doing is picking at its corpse and calling it yourself. And again, standing on the shoulders of giants, and have the audacity to look down on somebody who created something so great, who they're getting their own livelihood from, and it just pisses me off. It is so angering. And that's the thing, is that's why I'm mad at these grandchildren and stuff on these estates. Like, Tolkien made his own languages,
he did.
for gosh sakes.
That he did.
And these grandchildren have zero talent, and they go, and then one actually was on the set of Rings of Power, as an advisor, and he goes, why don't we add this? Because I think it's fun. And it's just like, you're out of your mind, man. You're out of your mind. And that's the thing about it. Christopher Tolkien, J.R.R.'s son, had done such a good job after his father's passing, and then when Chris passed, the estate just went to heck, and now is just throwing out everything to the wind just to make some money off the IP. It's garbage. I'm angry about it.
It's okay. So it angers you due to your strong sense of justice. Is that correct?
I would say,
like, knowing you, like, is that the reason?
I would say that it's justice based off of tarnishing legacies and corrupting absolutely. It's the unimaginative coming out of the woodwork and thinking that they know better than their predecessors when they haven't built or created anything, and they were giving everything. So yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's an interesting timeline, right? Because Tolkien, I'm not even sure he anticipated to profit from writing The Lord of the Rings.
Oh no, he profited.
I mean, I'm sure he did, but I'm not sure when he was writing it. That's not what he was thinking about, though. He wasn't thinking about profit when he's writing and creating this world.
Well, the thing is he actually made it for his kids.
Yes,
that's the original. That's the original.
For anyone who didn't know.
Hey, this will be fun to create this. Because it was meant to be English folklore, because he was like, there was no mythology to England, like Greek or Roman or anything like that. So he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a English mythology. And that's what Lord of the Rings is. And it's English through and through in its very bones. And that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, I bet not a lot of people knew they were getting a Lord of the Rings lesson.
I don't know. I went off on a tangent.
No, it's good.
No, I was gonna let you talk about the trailer and go into your thoughts.
Honestly, that's all I did. That's all I had, really. Was that it looked watchable. My main observation was the animation style and how I just didn't think it captured the Lord of the Rings feel.
I thought the animation looked fine.
It looks fine. It just didn't.
But yeah,
maybe
I'm not.
I almost think maybe the colors looked too crisp.
No, I'm not going to lie. I will watch it.
I will
at
watch
some
it,
point.
Yes. I do want to see it in
I don't know if I'm
theaters.
going to pay theater money for it, though.
I haven't seen anything in theaters in a while. That's kind of the disappointing thing. Because I agree with you on that sentiment. Like, the last time I was amped to go to the theaters was Dune Part 2, which was earlier this year.
Yeah.
But even then, it's been...
That was a good experience.
9 months since that movie dropped. And before that, the last time I was amped before a movie was Dune Part 1. And then before that, it was probably Avengers Endgame. So I don't even know.
You're crazy talk. Wolverine and Deadpool, you weirdo.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No,
I wish you'd
that back.
stop talking sometimes.
I take that
I
back.
really do.
But what about Marvel? Like, that's...
That's another topic on another day. I could go in on that, but not right now.
It's funny that you brought that up.
Not right now. No.
I forgot that Marvel put out good movies in theaters anymore.
No, I wouldn't call that a Marvel movie. I'd call that a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, we'll have to get into that later. Okay, well, very good, very good. But no, as far as War of the Rohirrim, that's where I stand. It's just we'll see it. We'll see. I'll be more than happy to talk about either how disappointed, how average, or how great I feel about it afterwards.
What else you got on your mind? I'm done with that one.
Oh, yeah.
I know you had pressing questions you wanted answered.
So it's Tuesday. Leading into the conference championships for college football.
Ooh. Live reactions?
We're doing our first ever live reaction for Bow Island. So I know the rankings. I watched the rankings program, but Bow Island has not heard the rankings yet. They released like about an hour ago. So I'm going to take you through the top 12.
Yay,
I'm going to take you through the top 12.
Starting at 12?
And the thing is, it's not even the top 12. It is.
Are you giving me brackets like who's playing who?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So we'll start with number. We'll go 1 through 4.
Yeah,
first.
Tell me who has the bye, and then give me the matchups.
So for anyone listening, the college football playoff.
So this is the penultimate.
Yes, this is the penultimate projected playoff bracket. For college football in the year.
I'm glad we're done talking about all that nerd shit.
Yeah, all nerd shit. Let's get that out of here. So we're just going to review this, but college football has been fantastic recently, and so we're just going over the projected playoff look. The outlook here, what they do is they project the top 12 teams. The top 12 teams get in. So we're going to get Bo's live reaction to that right now.
Ooh, sweet.
Number 1. Projected Big Ten winner, Oregon. 12-0 Oregon is number 1, which makes sense. That's fine.
Yeah, that'll hold.
You think so?
They're going to whip
State,
Penn State. Penn State is
okay.
Penn State is not as good as advertised.
Do you think if Penn State loses, they drop out of the bracket? So a little mild spoiler here. Penn State is ranked number 3 in the AP poll, but they'd be ranked number 5. So their first round,
they only have one loss, right?
Yes, and it's to Ohio State. So if they lose to Oregon and
they still make an at-large bid, but they're playing. They're playing away somewhere. Yeah, no,
true.
I think that the college playoff committee is not going to punish these conference losers as much as you think.
See, I think
so. I think. So if let's say in the SEC championship, the loser of that could still potentially be in the playoff.
See, I don't think Georgia makes it. Right now, Georgia.
Hold on. Okay, so Georgia's
not even in the top 12. They're not even in the top 13. They're not in the top 14. They're not first team out.
We'll go with the we're doing the buys. We're doing the buys. Let's not jump.
1 Oregon, 2 Texas, SEC champs, projected champions, Texas.
So they're projected to beat Georgia then.
No, they're just higher ranked, and so the highest ranked of the top ranked of each division. Yeah, they're just number 2. If Texas wins,
so basically they're expecting. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So and then number 3 by SMU of the American Conference. Is that American Conference or is that that's ACC?
Yeah, that's ACC.
ACC Conference SMU. Which is so fun. I love that the 12-team playoffs is giving new opportunities to colleges because I didn't even know SMU existed before this year.
You didn't know SMU? Okay, anyway, just keep going.
They probably did. Number 4, Boise State. So Boise State finally fought their way up. They're in the top 4. And then, so I'll just keep going down. Number 5, hosting a playoff game. Penn State would play the 5th-seeded conference champs of the Big 12, Arizona State. So they would host Arizona State. So they got Arizona State at the lowest.
So Arizona State's 12 then.
Yes, they would be the lowest ranked conference, top 5 conference champion, and they put them at 12. Number 11, 9-3 Alabama away against
Notre Dame.
Number 6 Notre Dame in West Lafayette, Indiana.
No.
Not West Lafayette. What am I thinking? South Bend, Indiana.
Notre Dame, Indiana, yes.
Not West Lafayette.
Get Purdue out of your mind. Purdue's nowhere near the playoffs.
They got a long way to go.
I don't love that. I don't love that they're good. I mean, I love that they're going to be at home, but I
don't like Alabama.
I mean, Penn State gets Arizona, and we get okay. Anyway, can we keep going? I thought we were going to get Indiana or something.
Number 10. Indiana Hoosiers would play at Georgia, number 7, Georgia Bulldogs.
I thought you said Georgia wasn't in this.
I misread that. I didn't see him in there.
Yeah,
they're
that
2
was
lost. Georgia.
Crazy talk. So
No.
Hold on.
IU Bloomington.
So hold on. Georgia would have to go into Bloomington.
No. IU Bloomington goes into Georgia.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, 10 IU, 7 Georgia.
Gotcha.
And then, last but not least, we have number 9 Tennessee would play at number 8 Ohio State. So they still got Ohio State as a home playoff team, even after losing to Michigan.
Well, yeah. No, they don't. They're not punishing teams like I think that they should be. And the fact that they just lost to Michigan are still going to – I mean, they were number 2 in the country. And the fact that basically Ohio State gets to gallivant straight into the playoffs since they don't even have to play in the Big Ten championship is garbage.
No,
now,
I agree.
Do I think Ohio State is a top 5 team and deserves to be in the mix? Absolutely.
You think they're a top 5 team?
Top 10 team. Do I think that they're a top 10 team and deserve to be in the playoff? Yes. Do I love how the college football committee has the fact that anybody has 3 losses and is still in the mix
now that I agree.
Is garbage to me. The fact that Alabama is not even the 12th seed, but like the 11th seed, and they don't have to play another game.
No, they should be 12th seed, in my opinion. I 100.
I don't think.
Conference champions.
I don't think they should.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think they should be even in the conversation. I think if you have 3 losses, then
I think you should just be de facto out. Like Miami. So Miami, I would say, is not as good as Alabama, but they've only lost 2 games. So and they're the first team out.
Yeah,
so
no. Miami doesn't belong in there. But like again, you're right. They're 2 losses.
Yeah.
Do I think Alabama's a better team than Miami? Absolutely.
Yes.
But
I agree.
Does Alabama have some bad losses and should even as a 3-loss team? No, they should not. Oh crap.
A team
they should not be in the mix.
Annihilated by Oklahoma 24-3 should not be in the playoffs. That's you lost it. They are 2-loss team and then
that's an egregious
unranked Oklahoma unranked.
That is an egregious loss. Like that should have knocked them out of the mix, and
I agree.
And it barely did. Like basically, they were the first team out after that loss, and it was like, oh, that's garbage.
Well, the thing is too, as apparently it's a different. I think I read this somewhere that it's a different committee for college football for these rankings versus the actual final standings after the conference championships are over. So it's a different committee in general. Anyway, they completely reevaluate.
Hold on. So say that again?
I think the CFP rankings
are done by the committee. There's only one committee.
Well, there's the AP poll. There's the college.
Yeah. No one. Disregard the AP poll and the coaches poll. No one. Like those are basically guidelines and markers for the college football playoff board committee.
Oh, I see. No, you're right.
Yeah, like I would. Yeah, that's not.
But I agree with you. Oh, Alabama should not be in there. I would even. What's Ole Miss's record? I would even say Ole Miss deserves to be in there.
Ole Miss has some bad losses. But again, they have the same record as Alabama.
Yeah, and you know what? You could tell me Southern Cal. You could tell me South Carolina could be.
Oh, okay. I was like Southern Cal. I was like, what are you talking about? USC is like barely.
South Carolina.
USC's 500 right now. What are you talking about?
South Carolina is a far better contender. They've been playing some great opponents and winning.
But they got bad losses.
And they quality losses.
And they got bad losses, and they did them at the wrong times.
Yeah, where's that quality loss argument now? That Alabama is just ridiculous to me. That is absolutely insane. But, I mean, realistically, though, you're looking at the talent. Like, who else is there? Like, it almost makes me think
I can tell you what. The NIL definitely has even the playing field.
I don't mind it. I do not mind it.
And I think what you've noticed is years and years – we figured out the SEC's secret sauce, and it's paying players.
Yes.
So when everyone can pay players, it's amazing the equity that
Oh,
we
I'm
get
loving
into the sport. Now, do I love NIL? There's pluses and minuses on that. Now, do I understand, again, my team being Notre Dame, that we just paid a quarterback to be here? Yes, I'm very aware of this. And, pluses and minuses. But I think what we've really seen here with the introduction of the NIL is parity. True parity. It's almost like college football, especially for the bigger programs. Not so much, the smaller programs. But actually, you know what? I take that back. Even with the smaller programs, because, again, you're getting the Boise States, the SMUs. You're giving these schools the opportunity to be, okay, so yes, if you're a big boy, you can go out and pay for your athlete.
Yes.
Or you can be at Boise State. Not saying that Boise State isn't paying anybody, but they're not paying what the big dogs are paying. And you probably have more athletes that are true juniors and seniors playing that have been in the program for multiple years, which evens it out. And we've seen that with the NCAA tournament in basketball. Like, basically you have the one and dones, and then you have the programs, like the Princetons of the world that have, 10 seniors on the roster, and the guys know how to play ball. They're not the most athletic. They're not the best shooting or whatever, but they play as a team, and they played with each other for a while. And I think that's going to play more of a marker. But I also think that it's been great for parity, and I do enjoy that because I don't know who's gonna win the championship.
No,
because
I agree.
All these teams are very beatable.
Yes, there's a lot. I mean, even Oregon. Oregon is 12-0. They're the only 12-0 team in the top 25, and they look extremely beatable. They looked beatable against Ohio State. They looked beatable. Against
Ohio State's a quality team.
They look. You know who they looked really beatable against? Boise State. Boise State should have won that game. Oregon got a punt return and a kick return that game, one of which they dropped
special teams,
at the 1 yard line. They dropped at the 1 yard line.
Special teams is 1/3 of the game, Pate. 1/3 of the game. How dare you disqualify
Oregon
that?
Ducks player dropped the ball before he got in the end zone on that kickoff return, and I stand by that. I don't know if you ever watched that play, but that was to tie the game in the fourth quarter. An Oregon Ducks player, I can't remember what number he was, but he drops the ball, does the Deshaun Jackson at the 1 inch line.
It's old news.
And he counted it. I was like, what is going on here? But anyway, that was
obviously,
10 weeks ago.
Obviously, all these teams are beatable. But, I would say that Oregon deserves where it should be. I mean, they've won all their games, and they've looked good doing it. Yeah. I mean, they beat Ohio State.
They beat everyone. They're number one.
Yeah, they beat Boise. Even though you hate special teams, they beat them, and they've looked really good. So they're a solid team. I think you never discount Georgia, but again, Georgia's looked incredibly beatable. Alabama obviously has looked incredibly beatable. I tell you what, call me a homer all you want, but ever since that loss that Notre Dame had, which is a bad loss, it's a bad loss. They've looked really strong.
No, and they're getting punished for it.
Are they a little boring? Yes, but are they solid on defense? Do they have a great running game? Offensive line has come together, and they're a highly competitive team. Now, they're going to have to win 4 games. They're going to have to show up. IU has looked incredible, except for that Ohio State slip up. But again, I mean, if Michigan can go out and whoop Ohio State, then Indiana can wheel it around after whooping on Michigan and go beat Ohio State. I mean, again, all these teams are incredibly, incredibly beatable. Yeah. I just hate that like a route for Notre Dame would involve a lot of good teams. Like, if they're going to start out with Alabama first, that's going to be their opener, and Penn State gets in. Don't get SMU people. Don't get all like, whoa, like you're SMU, bro. You're not Georgia. Like, Penn State gets that to open her up. Oh man.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, is that the conference championships still have to happen, and I think if SMU loses, they're not making it in. They're going to take them out immediately to make more room for the Miamis and the Southern Cals of the world. I think
South Carolina. South Carolina. Say the word South Carolina.
South Carolina.
USC is nowhere near these playoffs, bro.
Dude, USC.
I don't care. I know you like them cheerleaders, and I know you were very excited when we were watching that Notre Dame game this past weekend.
Dude, I'm just so excited that we beat them.
Yeah.
I was amped. I don't want to see Southern Cal in the playoffs.
That backup quarterback.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Okay, but
Yo,
I think it's going to
USC
make room for the South
has
Carolinas of the world. It's going to make room for, Penn State if they lose again. I just don't see it small teams like that. I actually, you know what? Good for IU for not going to the Big Ten championship.
So wait, hold on. Who does Texas play in the SEC championship?
Georgia.
Okay.
So Texas versus Georgia.
So do you think Georgia survives if they lose?
Oh, absolutely. They're number 5 in the playoff rankings right now. If they lose to the Big Ten champions, who are 11-1, I don't. And a team they already beat this year once already.
No. I'm asking if they lose the SEC championship.
Yeah, I think they keep Georgia in. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think they host?
God, I don't know.
I think it depends on the score.
It depends on how these conference championships go. And
but
the
a
thing is,
4-loss Georgia team?
None of these teams can coast. I mean, you got to win these for the automatic bid.
4-loss Georgia team. Yowzer.
3 losses because they're 10-2 right now.
Oh, they're 10. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think they might kick Alabama out.
They're in, but they don't host.
That's what I think. I think so. I think Alabama honestly gets booted from this list if the right people win the conference championships.
I think that they lose and then Notre Dame takes that 5 spot.
I think Notre Dame absolutely, because Oregon and Penn State are 1 and 3 in the playoff rankings. Notre Dame's 4. Those teams play each other. One of them's going down. Notre Dame has to go up at some point.
Well, again, they're going to get that 5 seed based on conference championship outcomes. I'm really intrigued to how that shakes up.
Dude. I've been addicted to college football all year. Tuesday nights have been bracket reveal nights, and I am loving every second. It's like watching a really complex TV show. It's like I love it. It's awesome. It's just matchmaking. It's just advanced matchmaking. That's all that's going on here. Creating the most interesting outcome. I don't think there's much algorithm to it at all. I think you have a bunch of people in there that with opinions. I think essentially you have what is it, like 8 or 10 people in there, and they all rank them, and it's based on, again, their own feels, and they take the math and they do the algorithm, and boop, pop out. There you go. You are absolutely right, Bo. Notre Dame's going to move up to that 5 spot.
Yeah,
they're going to regardless. Like whether. Unless maybe if Penn State beats Oregon, maybe they just have them switch spots. Maybe they give Oregon that 5 spot.
I think the only way that they don't get it is if Oregon loses. Oregon's that 5th seed.
Yeah, So I think they give Oregon that 5th seed.
Because
spot.
I think if Texas loses, I don't think Texas is the 5 seed.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think Texas is the 5 seed.
No, because they haven't beaten anyone worth a damn the whole year.
No,
their biggest win is Vanderbilt.
I mean, quite frankly, if you look at of the 2 potential playoff teams, Texas and Indiana have the weakest schedule.
IU had the weakest schedule. The most convincing thing about IU this year is them winning by 40 points. Most of their games.
No. They whooped on the plebeians. They did it. They did it. The peasants. Yes. The peasants know their place in Bloomington.
They do.
But no, they didn't beat anybody really of relevance.
I think what was their best win? Michigan, and they were even 5-4 at the time. I don't know, and that was like
I think now maybe Michigan is the best look for them.
Yeah, I think that was their best. I mean,
they did whoop on Purdue 66-0.
That was great. That was great for them.
Oh, you did? You enjoyed that?
Well, I mean, it's. I like it for IU. I don't like it for Purdue. It was really sad.
No, I liked it for Purdue because
I mean, I'm all about the
now
Indiana
Purdue's
teams.
they fired their coach, and
Yes.
now they're looking to spend some of that NIL money and get a good coach.
No, you're right. You're right that I liked it in that I'm glad Purdue. It's going to force Purdue to reform their ways.
You know what we're not going to do?
What?
We're not going to make this podcast about Purdue.
I was going to say, no, IU.
We've already given it enough
No.
time.
It's about Purdue and it's about IU doing well. I'm glad the IU did that so they could go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, IU's actually going to be in the playoffs. So
Yes, it was good for IU to do it, and I'm glad that Purdue is changing direction after it.
Yeah.
Net positive, really. That's
Yeah,
good stuff.
nothing
Good
but
win,
good,
yeah.
nothing but good stuff for the state of Indiana.
Yes, that's all it needs to
That's
be.
good. Indiana's going to have two
teams in the
two
playoffs.
teams in the playoffs.
And that's like done. They don't have to win anymore. That's
no,
gonna
they
happen.
just sit there and let it happen.
That's gonna be
Just let all it come to them, and then based on who loses, Notre Dame may just slide into that 5 seed.
How awesome would it be if they both got? You know what? Worst case scenario, they play each other in the first round. That'd be absolute worst case, and they could. Notre Dame's high enough. IU's low enough.
Would it be worse? I don't know.
Well, because like, how awesome would it be if they both won those first round?
I would love if they met each other in hypothetically like the second round. That would be fun.
That's it. Okay, no, that I could live
Yeah,
with.
that's fine.
Perfect. But it would
Yeah.
just really be a shame to have like two prominent IU teams, and they play each other in the first round. It was like I'd love to see them meet later on. You know, go head to head.
Couple of Hoosier teams.
Yeah. No, but really, I think all of this is for naught when we consider the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the biggest game of the season. We are not cooking 1 but 3 Pop-Tarts, I believe, and it's the MVP's choosing of which one the team eats. This year at the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
What? Hold on. Where did that come from? And what did you just say to me?
It was the single greatest thing about college football postseason last year was the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Do you remember?
No.
Oh, man, this was all over my Twitter feed. It was a massive Pop-Tart. It was a late-night bowl game that no one was paying attention to. And the people that were paying attention posted everywhere about it. And they're talking about the Pop-Tarts mascot and how everyone loves it. And they cooked it. They cooked the Pop-Tarts mascot. They put him in a huge toaster in the middle of on the 50-yard line. And they had him slowly go down. And then out popped an actual massive cooked Pop-Tart for the winning team to eat at the 50-yard line. You got to check this out. and so this year, they're doing it with 3 Pop-Tarts, and the MVP of the game chooses which Pop-Tart, the winning team, what flavor the winning Pop-Tart they'll eat in the 50-yard line. I am dead serious.
Hold on. Did we check on the state of the Pop-Tart that went in the toaster? Are we sure?
Dude,
are we
but
sure?
that was the thing. That was the joke.
Are we sure that wasn't a real Pop-Tart person that
that was the
sacrificed himself on national television?
That was the joke all last year. The amount of stuff I saw a meme of the Pope holding up the Eucharist, and they replaced the Eucharist with the Pop-Tart from the Pop-Tart Bowl. There's all this stuff coming out on Facebook and Twitter. It was like, eat his body, like it was the Pop-Tart. It was a huge, it was a marketing success. Like this was
Where
incredible.
was I at?
This was incredible last year, Bo. I can't even tell you, man.
What was I doing that I missed this?
No, this was the best thing all postseason last year. I swear to God, this is going to be incredible. Like, we got to watch it this year. The Pop-Tarts Bowl is a thing.
I'm in.
They put it on primetime this year. It was such a big deal last year. I looked up the channel because last year
Who played in the Pop-Tart Bowl? You don't even know.
Look it up.
You don't even know.
No,
no
one cared except
you
for
were
about
so
the Pop-Tart.
enamored about that Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
You have no idea it's even in it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look it up. 2024 Pop-Tart Bowl. There we go. It was on ABC at 3 p.m. This year. It's on primetime. Just letting you know, because that's how awesome.
Yeah, I was about to say it would
last
be
year.
23. Where was it?
No. It'll be. Oh, I see. I do need to put 2023.
Yeah, because it was last year.
Because I thought it'd be surely be a New Year's Bowl.
You thought surely the Pop-Tart Bowl
or the day after
was going to be a New Year's
the day
Bowl?
after.
Surely. You said that with such confidence.
It was in Florida at Camping World Stadium. It was Kansas State
Okay.
and NC State.
Oh, that's not a terrible game.
No, it was, ACC versus Big 12. That's all. No, it was December 28th. I don't know.
I am shocked that this wasn't a post-New Year's Day
it was
game.
a marketing success. All right, this thing, I'm buckling down.
No.
This thing should be on New
Kudos to
be.
Pop-Tart. Oh, by the way, do you know what year the Pop-Tart was invented?
No, but I can look it up really quickly if you want me to.
Don't worry. I got it for you.
All right, hit me with it.
It was 1964. And do you know what year that the Pop-Tart introduced the iced Pop-Tart?
No, I do not.
So, again, first flavor was strawberry.
Okay.
It was 1964.
1964.
In 1967, they introduced the iced version of the strawberry Pop-Tart.
Wait, what year? 1960 what?
7.
Oh, so it's 3 years later.
Yeah, just 3 years later.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's a good
It was
fact.
huge.
That's a good fun
It
fact.
was huge. It was a big move.
Gator. Did you find anything about the Pop-Tart Bowl? We'll put a picture on the green screen.
Oh. I just have my face all shocked like, bro.
No, I'm telling you, man, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be a great time. It takes place December 28th. You know what day that is. You know it's on December 28th.
Yes, I do know.
It's at 3:30 p.m. It will be watchable.
I sure hope so. I only care about the end of the game.
No, that's all that matters. Well, the thing was, it was getting posted about. This thing was getting so much traction throughout the game because they just kept.
So hold on.
It, and it
so
was
hold
dancing.
on.
It was just
so
dancing.
he didn't get sacrificed until the end of the game.
Yes. So they had the Pop-Tart very heavily featured, like halftime, pregame. This thing was hilarious. Like this thing was already getting attention on Twitter before it was even getting cooked. It was like people were just having a great time with the Pop-Tart Bowl. They thought it was fantastic. I can't really remember exactly what it was, but I remember like following it throughout. And then and then at the end, I think I had tuned in at this point, is they're lowering, right in the 50-yard line as the team's celebrating on the field, they lower him in with
And
like,
the team's
confetti.
all like, yay,
yeah.
ritualistic sacrifice.
Yes, basically. Yeah. No, it's exactly what they did. And then it popped out a massive, and the implication was that they did cook the Pop-Tart because they had like the.
Well, yeah, of course that's
They
the
had
implication.
the googly eyes. They attached them from the mascot to the actual Pop-Tart.
Yeah, no, I get what they did.
Like, they did that whole thing, but it looked delicious. I mean,
It looked absolutely
team
delicious.
Clearly loved it. They cleared the plate.
It's so good.
The tray, they served it on this massive
You
tray.
could just see these football players just oh, it tastes so good.
Yeah,
big whole chunks of
munching,
Pop-Tart.
man. They were munching.
And the thing is, with the Pop-Tart that big, you wouldn't even need to eat the poopy crust of it. You could just get a center part. 100%.
Hold the phone.
Yeah, I said it.
What did you just say?
I say I get through the poopy crust to get to the center of a Pop-Tart.
See, I actually save like half crust, half tart, so I can eat them. Like I love the crust. I try to leave as much crust for. I think the crust might be my favorite part.
I actually eat the crust first. I go around the Pop-Tart.
You get it done. You get it over with first.
I actually use my fingers and I pull the edges off and I eat the edges first. Get through it so I can just have full 100% Pop-Tart bites without the crust.
Wow.
Your favorite is the crust?
Okay, maybe it's not my favorite, but like I love the crust. Like it's like I enjoy it just as much.
As much. Is it the center of the Pop-Tart? You're bonkers.
You know, I'll actually.
You're bonkers.
A couple of times when I was younger, I used to do the same thing as you. I used to eat the crust first.
Yeah, because it's the best.
And then I would
The
actually.
middle is the best,
reason
yeah.
I stopped. You know the reason I stopped doing that?
Because you thought you were getting fat or something? I don't know. It was a calorie thing?
No. No. The reason I stopped eating the crust first, not eating the crust, I just stopped eating it first, all of it, because I realized that I liked it just as much as the center. And so I felt like I was missing out. I didn't want to get rid of all the best stuff first. Like I wanted to save some for last because
No.
Is this not making any sense?
No. I
Like,
hear
it makes
you.
sense, but you don't agree.
I hear you, but I don't think. I'll even say something else. I prefer a toaster strudel than a Pop-Tart.
Okay, that's just ridiculous. That is just absolutely ridiculous. That crunch, are you kidding me? I love that crunch.
How are you not getting a crunch with a toaster strudel?
No, you're not getting like all crunch. Yeah, I want something that
No.
like the crust, like pizza crust. I love pizza crust.
Yeah, but like the toaster strudel is flaky and gorgeous and crisp.
Yeah, but that crunch is nothing like that crisp. I
completely disagree.
It's not nowhere near
I completely
as hard.
disagree.
There is nowhere on a toaster strudel that is purely
No.
hard,
The crunch is way
crust.
more satisfying on a toaster strudel done correctly.
Oh, you
than
a
a Pop-Tart. Because hold on, I don't even think there's really a crunch on a Pop-Tart. Like, what crunch do you speak of?
I'm talking about the outer layer.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, no, it's grainy. I don't think that there's a whole lot of crunch there.
You can't. It's like a cracker. You can't tell me.
No, it's not like a cracker. No, it's not a cracker. No, it's not. It is not. It is nothing like a cracker. It is nothing like a cracker. I completely disagree with your assessment.
Think so? You don't think it has a similar texture?
It's almost like a shortbread cookie or something like that. Like it's
isn't that crunchy too? Isn't that
no. Like it's not a crunch. Like is it a little harder? Yes, but it's not like a crunch that you
I'd
bite
say it's
into.
harder than whatever's going on with a toaster strudel.
You're not doing it correctly then. I don't think you have ever had a proper made toaster strudel.
I have. You know what? Wait, hold on.
No. You have
weird pin.
Hold on. You have never had a properly made toaster strudel.
I watched someone eat a toaster strudel with a fork and knife once.
That's bonkers.
And you know this person. You're close with this person.
Oh, jeez. A fork and knife?
A fork and a knife. On the kitchen island. You might know who I'm talking about now.
I already know what you're saying.
Fork and knife.
Like, did they tell you that this is how they normally eat a toaster strudel?
I don't think they had claimed to have ever eaten a toaster strudel. It was just something they did.
With a fork and a knife.
Not even like a plasticware, like a metal fork and knife. Like, this was insane. On a plate. Actually, it might have been a napkin, which made it even more weird. But yeah, no, everything was off about this. Like, whenever I think of a toaster strudel, I think of this story. It's that absurd.
No, but what you do with a toaster strudel is that you actually use an air fryer to make it.
Blew my mind.
My kids, when we get toaster strudel, clamor for me to use the air fryer to make these. And again, it creates
try this.
It creates such, and again, the crust is flaky and buttery. It's almost like a beautiful croissant layer on there, and that's why I don't think you've ever really properly had a toaster strudel, because not only is there more filling, which is amazing, but like the crust itself is so crispy. It's like a pastry.
No, it is a pastry.
Yeah, it's a delectable pastry, and a Pop-Tart is a faux pastry. I don't believe, I don't know what crispiness. I don't know what crispiness you speak of on a Pop-Tart. And again, I'm not hating on a Pop.
It's crunchy.
I'm not hating on a Pop-Tart. It's just not on the same stratosphere as a well-made toaster strudel.
I have a hot take for you.
Oh my God.
I actually quite enjoy Pop-Tart no icing.
So what's your favorite Pop-Tart?
I'm not. Okay. I I've never had a Pop-Tart I didn't like. Let me just start off.
That's not what I asked.
But
That's
honestly, top Pop-Tart it was a strawberry Pop-Tart. No icing, but what you do is when it's really hot, fresh off the toaster, is you scrape some butter on the top of it. Immaculate. You just got to toast it. You got to get it crunchy.
Who introduced you to this? Because you didn't think about this by yourself.
Mother. This was during 2020 when COVID, and there was definitely some COVID happening, and we were a little limited on resources, and so she had to get a bit innovative, and it was fantastic though. Let me tell you, I will never forget making those Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
It was my favorite personally. It comes with a story attached to it too, I guess. But
yeah, we don't have to get into it.
No, very good story. Very good. It's delicious. I highly encourage you. But you got to get that thing burnt, man. You got to get that thing burnt.
So pre homebrew Pop-Tart, what was your favorite Pop-Tart?
I don't know if I've had one recently enough to weigh in on that.
You are so opinionated about Pop-Tarts, yet you can't realistically tell me. You hold on 1 second. You went on, like you were talking about the crunchiness of Pop-Tarts,
They
like you
are
just
crunchy.
like
That's
you
all I'm
just had one, and you haven't even had one in the recent history.
All I did was say that there was crunchiness on a Pop-Tart. There is crunchiness. I've had a Pop-Tart more recently than a toaster strudel.
How far back was this? Did you watch someone use a knife and a fork on a toaster strudel?
Oh, this was like 6 years ago, I think.
6 years ago?
Maybe 8.
Jeez, oh crummy.
Maybe 10.
You can tell you don't have kids, man.
Maybe
you can
10
tell.
years. Yeah, no. Oh, no.
I was about to go on this whole smorgasbord of like, well, this Pop-Tart and that Pop-Tart.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't had a Pop-Tart.
See, I've literally had a Pop-Tart like a week ago.
I wish. I do.
See, I mean, they're at the store. You can buy them.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat eggs in the morning. Actually,
I mean,
but
good.
realistically, I'm not, though. When I say eggs, what I've actually been doing is I get a sandwich from Starbucks every single morning.
Oh, that's a terrible waste of money.
Eggs. It's a sausage and egg McBiscuit, but it's essentially from Starbucks. Sausage, egg, and
How
cheese.
much does that
biscuit.
cost you?
Not much. It's like $6 for that sandwich. It's pretty cheap. And then $5 for the mocha.
You know how much a carton of eggs is? Like, you could totally just do that.
I feel like it's more expensive now than it has been.
Yeah, but you can get 12 eggs for like $2. $2.50.
Yeah, but then I'd have to make it in the morning, which would require me to wake up a little earlier.
But the work makes it more satisfying.
It's the convenience.
Yeah, but when you eat just make hard-boiled eggs.
I could do that. I could save a lot of money. I've just been hooked on it, man. Because I'm gonna get Starbucks regardless.
No, that's a terrible.
I get my mocha.
Hold on,
I'm gonna get my mocha.
You're a finance guy. What is
sometimes?
What is
sometimes.
6? So let's say you have. Realistically, do you do it on the weekends or just work days?
Oh, every day. I get Starbucks every single day.
You get Starbucks every single day.
No sandwich.
Now, how much do you get? Hold on. You get Starbucks every single day?
I get a drink from Starbucks every single day. Don't worry. I use my stars well, and I save a lot of money. I have the app. I have an account.
No, you're not saving money. That is girl logic.
I get multiple.
You
free
are
drinks.
using
I get
chick logic right
free
now.
Drinks.
No.
Every single week.
Just because you save certain percentages does not take away the money that you are spending.
Oh yeah, every day.
Hold on, let's do that. What do you? How much is your drink?
$6.
So $12 a day with your sandwich and your drink.
Yeah, but the sandwich isn't every day.
But, okay, so how many of the days is your sandwich?
I go 3 days.
So 3 out of 7 days.
Yes.
So we're talking about like 40% of your week. You're doing that. So let's say we're talking about an extra let's go $3. Let's go an extra $3 per day. So that's $9 a day you are spending on Starbucks. Times that by 3. What's that number? 365. $3,650. But let's take $600 out because of your stars points. And so, like, I'm just saying, this is probably an overshot. This is probably an overshot. But let's just $3,000. You're spending
Okay, let's go $6.
Stop. $3,000 a year.
I just went $6 for times 365. $2,190.
Yeah, but you're spending more than that because you're getting sandwiches 40% of the time.
That can't be right.
No, that is 100% right.
6
Your chick logic, your chick math does not work for you.
That's horrible.
Like, my wife tries to do the same thing when there's sales. Like, hey, it was 40% off, so I saved 40%, so I didn't spend any money, basically. And I'm just like, no, that's not how that works. Money is still being spent. What about the other 60% you did spend it on?
60.
And then she's like, well, they just made it so I could buy more stuff. And she ends up spending more.
Well, yeah, but if you're going to spend, you might as well spend smartly.
No, that's not spending smartly. That's
Listen,
literally
I'm gonna get my caffeine
that
fix
is
one way or
literally
another.
you
It's my
pissing
caffeine
down,
tax.
pissing away over $3,000 a year on Starbucks.
It's my vice.
Peyton, it is a vice. You have a problem. You need to stop.
I don't think it's a problem. If I don't spend...
You don't think it's a problem? Most addicts don't think it's a problem.
I don't spend...
You know, the first is admitting you have a problem. First step.
I don't spend that money.
This is recovery.
Every week.
Peyton, this is
on
not
alcohol.
a podcast. This is actually intervention.
Listen.
Gator and I wanted to talk to you about your Starbucks problem.
I don't spend that money on anything else caffeinated. I don't spend that money on anything. Like, I don't. There's no other weekly payments I'm making, like or monthly payments and like bills.
Yeah, but just think. But let's say you stopped doing Starbucks. We're talking about going to Japan, you and I. That's your plane ticket.
It's a very hypothetical.
That is your plane ticket to Japan right there. There and back.
Just with no Starbucks. Well, I'm going to spend it on coffee elsewhere anyway.
No, but that's the thing is get cheaper coffee. So let's say you get a Keurig.
So I'm going to have to buy a coffee machine.
No.
And then I'm going to have to buy
so $100.
Keurig with the cups and the milk and maybe the travel cups. So I'll
hold
take
on.
a travel
I'm going to
mug.
stop you. Are you trying to make the argument
No,
right
I'm being
now
difficult. I'm being difficult. But
getting a coffee machine and brewing it at home is going to be just as expensive as going to Starbucks?
No, I'm being difficult.
No,
I know you're still going to spend.
You're not being
reoccurring money.
You're being ridiculous. That's what you're being right now.
You're going to spend reoccurring money regardless on the pods or the coffee. It's not going to go away.
So let's say you spend $1,000 a year on your Keurig,
and then I save some. I know
you're saving over $2,000. And the thing is,
more like
you're a money guy. So you're telling me you couldn't appropriate that extra $2,000 a year into something that exponentially grows upon itself over your young life into your older life into something.
My finances are in order.
They could be better. It sounds like
I'm comfortably making these Starbucks payments. I'm not too worried.
You know what? Now that I know you're so flush with cash, I want to have you spend a little bit more money on the podcast, Mr.
Done.
Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of it, but that's crazy.
No, I won't stop.
That's crazy talk.
I love it too much. I look forward to it daily.
I can't wait for you to have real bills and you try to talk yourself into the $3,000 a year on Starbucks.
I need my Starbucks.
That is an addiction.
Well, it's like it's like necessity. It's like gasoline.
No,
It's
not
like,
at all.
Filling up your car.
Nope. It is not at all similar to that.
No, it's the exact same thing.
Nope, it is nothing like that. It is nowhere in the realm of sphere of even being close to that.
Poe Island, is there anything you wanted to talk about?
I want to talk about your spending habits.
No, it's not going anywhere.
No, that's too bad. I really wish you would make better choices.
I don't use it for porn. So I mean, in that regard.
Okay, well there we go. There we go. You know what? I feel so much better that you're not spending it.
Things I could be spending it on.
Yeah, like you could be running a drug cartel with all the extra money that you're saving.
I could, and I'm using it to buy coffee. And you know what? I use that to make money.
All you're doing is perpetuating the cartels, though, because most of the cartels their legitimate business are coffee businesses. And where do you think Starbucks gets all that cheap coffee?
I barely spend my money on alcohol. I spend it,
If I told you that Starbucks is actively funding cartels and that you're funding Starbucks.
Is Starbucks funding cartels?
Probably not, but
I mean,
if
they
they
could be, I don't
were, they could be. You never know. You don't know what kind of Guatemalan
This brings
drug
up
lord
such
is.
a good morality question. I've been
Venezuelan.
watching a show called The Good Place, actually, and they talk about this. You ever watch The Good Place?
I touched upon
You should
it.
check it out.
I touched
I
upon.
just
No, I
finished
didn't.
season
I didn't
3.
love it.
I love it, bro. I'm
I
addicted.
didn't love
The
it.
show is like candy.
Like
It
that's
is
the
literally
Kristen
like
Bell
candy.
show, right?
Yeah, no, don't pay attention to that. Like, my favorite character is Michael. He's an older guy. He wears the suits. He's very energetic and loud.
See, I watched the first full season of that show, and
You didn't get hooked?
No.
Oh, dude, I love that show.
It was low tier for me.
Oh, dude, revisit
Low
it.
tier.
I'm telling you, just give it another chance because I'm addicted to that show. I wish there was more than 4 seasons. That is like my guilty pleasure show right now. I love it intensely, and I don't say that lightly. Like I stand 10 toes in the ground. And I love that show.
I actually was annoyed by most of the cast.
Oh my god!
Like between Kristen Bell and then her love interest guy,
Chidi, shout out to Chidi.
Yeah, and then you have the hot Indian chick.
Tahani, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Tahani.
No,
and
I hate Jason.
And then Jason's the dumb guy,
Jason.
right?
Yes,
yeah.
I hate Jason. I'm actually just coming around to Jason in the 3rd season.
And then it has that one chick who's like basically an angel who keeps popping in. And then she falls in love with
Janet?
Yeah, Janet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I enjoy her. She's in Barry. She's actually really good in Barry. I'm realizing now maybe a little underutilized in Barry from what I've seen because I've only seen the first 3
See,
seasons.
I love how you switched to a decent show she's in and left a bad show that she's in.
No. The Good Place is wonderful. I'm telling you. It's a great show. It's
Ted Danson's in it. Ted Danson wasn't terrible.
They keep writing themselves into holes and actually making it work.
I refuse to believe that's because it was so convoluted, and the end of the first season was so trashed that I was just like,
see, I love it. I love the twist at the end of season 1 because of where it goes. Season 2, it's a very weird show. I love it. I love where they take it. I feel like they keep having to write and they keep writing themselves into corners. I feel like they're taking the Breaking Bad approach, which is what they said they did, was they try to write themselves into corners and creatively get out of it, right? And I think that's how the Good Place. No, that's what they did. They said they tried to. And I loved it. I loved Breaking Bad for it. Now, I think it's a horrible approach in general because it takes a special kind of writer to be able to pull it off.
I just don't.
The types of writers like that write The Good Place.
I don't think a network show has the writers capable of producing.
Listen, no, it's on Netflix, Bo. And
you know what? I'm not gonna. Listen. I don't know how much advice I'm gonna take from a guy that doesn't know what a producer does. But I just
listen.
Hey, Gator, can we double check to see what if the Good Place
if you just gaslight yourself into pretending it's a Netflix as opposed to a network TV show.
I think Netflix produces a lot of trash too.
No. Just look at it like just pretend Netflix makes it's like HBO. Just pretend Netflix is on HBO.
HBO makes some poop too.
No, Game of Thrones HBO.
I can't pretend a bad show is a good show. Like that's what you're
all
trying to get me to do.
No,
you're trying to get me to
gaslight yourself.
reality in a way that
Gator,
I'll be like, that terrible show I know is bad is actually good.
Gator, who is The Good Place produced by? That's a great question. Can you find out? Thank you. We need to find this out because I thought it was Netflix. I know it's Fremulon.
No, it was like an ABC show first.
That's what I thought. I thought there were commercial breaks.
Yeah, it's a network show.
That's what I thought.
NBC.
Okay. Hey, I don't know what they're putting in their water because I thought it was great. I still think it's great. I'm amped to finish season 4. Gator, do you like The Good Place? He loves The Good Place. I've been making Good Place references at family gatherings. Like, I'm not even kidding.
What reference did you make to The Good Place at a family gathering?
I literally said to everyone, I am in the good place right now. And no one noticed. And I thought someone would notice that and like it would stand out because I'm like, guys, this is a good place. This is not the bad place. And no one liked it.
I wonder why.
No, it's a great show. I'm telling you, highly regarded, beloved. I'd say beloved. I do. It is like a comfort show for me now. I love it. I genuinely love the show. I think it's smartly written. I like the plot, and Michael is my favorite character.
Michael, which one's Michael?
He's the old guy. He's the one who's tormenting him. You find out at the end of season 1, he's actually tormenting them.
Ted Danson, the guy from Cheers?
Is that his name? Can you look up Michael's actor for me?
Ted Danson?
Is it Ted Danson? That's all I know him from. That's literally the only thing I know him from. Is The Good Place.
Well, we're going to have to examine this if it's Ted Danson's character. Like, Ted Danson was like a A-list star.
Yes.
Oh, it's Ted Danson character.
Yes. Oh, he's my favorite character.
Yeah, like if you go circa 1990 anything, Ted Danson is actually like a big star.
I was about to say, I know the name Ted Danson. I just didn't realize that's who I was watching.
Cheers,
Yeah, list them off.
3 Men and a Little Lady.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, just,
sounds
okay.
Weird. Sounds
anyway, it's Ted Danson. Ted Danson's like
fair enough.
Very
well, he
famous.
kills it in The Good Place.
Gator, can you look up Ted Danson's IMDb?
Look up his filmography.
Yeah.
Let me hear it.
And then Ted Danson's like he was like it for a while.
I love him. I love him in that show. He is fantastic. I think he really sells the role even more. I think they really let him flesh it out and see. I think he's the main character. Like I think a lot of people think Kristen Bell is the main character of that show, and I adamantly disagree. I think Michael is definitely the main character of that show, and I highly urge you to keep watching because I think it's great.
We have to start from the beginning. There's no way I'm gonna.
No, and I think they do a good job of like it's kind of odd. They never let you get comfortable. Because I was disappointed when season 1 ended, and spoilers, I guess. Where they're gonna switch the setting on you.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of love it because they never let you get comfortable. Same thing with season 2. They reset, different place, end of season 2, and then season 3 is a different location. I'm anticipating a different location for season 4.
They're still making this show?
No, I just haven't watched it yet. It's complete.
Oh.
It's like a completed show.
Oh.
Which is to me an indication. It's a hope that season 4 ends well because season 4, in my opinion, is a nice, succinct way to storytelling device. Normally, when shows have longer runs, I'm a little more intimidated because it's like, oh, did they not know where to end it? Oh, did they not know what to do? I always get a little intimidated. Unless it's anime.
I actually think I think if it's a syndicated, network show. If they end a show, it's usually due to the fact that they are given a final season because they're not
I think it's
high enough rated to keep it going, but high enough rated to finish it.
I think it was it ended in 2020. I think that might have been the reason. I don't know because I know
So
Peaky
COVID
Blinders
killed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Peaky Blinders had a similar downfall along with many other shows, I imagine. Weirdly,
They should stop making poop shows.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
Peaky Blinders is that's not a poop show. That's a good show.
No, that's a good show. I agree.
So do we get that IMDb?
Yeah, bring up that filmography. He's in a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
Gator
Ted
has
Danson.
reiterated he's in
Yeah,
okay, give me
he's
like his
Give him his highlights.
yeah, give me the highlights. He's in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. It's a smaller role, but he's in there. Yeah.
Okay.
What did he say?
He's a general or colonel in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be your microphone, Gator. Gotcha. Gator. He's in Gary the Rat. I don't know what that is. Okay, it's a TV series. A Beastie Boys music video? Is that right? He's in Ted.
Yeah.
Wow. What diverse
No.
filmography.
Yeah, look back
He's
in
in
his
Cheers.
Cheers
Yeah,
days.
go back to the 90s.
Yeah, go back to the 90s around Cheers, and you'll see like him in movies with like
You know what's crazy?
3 Men and a Little Lady has like him, Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg. Do you know these names?
I know. Yes, I know Tom Selleck. Yes.
Do you know Steve Guttenberg?
I don't know Steve Guttenberg.
He's the main guy from the Police Academy movies. Do you know the Police Academy movies?
I don't even know. Wait, hold on. I actually saw he's just advertised on Netflix. It looks like he's wearing the exact same wardrobe as in The Good Place because I thought I was on The Good Place. It's actually a completely different show. So Ted Danson might be kind of making a comeback because he's on.
I don't think Ted Danson ever went away. I just don't think
I don't know. It sounded like from his filmography he might have dropped for a second there, maybe.
Oh, I mean, everybody has lulls.
But
Like all
he
the
might be like
careers.
making that main character come back. Yeah. No lapse in appearances.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
I'm telling you, he has been
He's
a
just
consistently
omnipresent.
he is Ted Danson, and the guy has been working constantly.
He loves his
since the
craft.
80s, I
He loves his
believe.
craft.
Could even be the 70s, but probably mostly 80s into the current days.
I'm telling you, Bow Island, give The Good Place another shot. I promise you'll have a new vigor about it. Because I love this show, and I would like to think that I have the same immunities of trash media as you do. So, let me just give it another shot. I'd like to think we're on the an alignment media wise.
Dude, you're gonna make me watch some of the poopiest things.
I love The Good
Well,
Place.
just let me know if you go see that War Hero movie, and then I will look back.
I like to think we're pretty similar. You know, we like a lot of the same things.
I usually don't delve into network shows because
Me neither.
Because of
Listen,
their poopiness.
I said that same thing before I started. I was actually I can't remember who it was, but they were like, Peyton, you got to watch The Good Place. And I was like, I don't do network TV. I literally said those words. I said, I don't do network TV. And now I am a Good Place truther.
See, the thing is like I used to do network comedy. That's how I even watched the first season. I watched the first season when it first came out.
Of The Good Place? You watched
Of The
it
Good
live?
Place. Yeah, I watched it live. Like I used to watch like these blocks of comedy, like Modern Family when it first came out.
What was that one that they canceled? I thought prematurely. It had Jesse from Full House. The fact that I can't remember his name is a crime.
John Stamos.
John Stamos. Do you remember that? It was John Stamos trying to like fix his relationship with his
he's the
long-lost
dad.
son.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was great, and they canceled it after like a
You
season.
know what show I thought didn't get the love it deserved? There was a show with Fred Savage and Rob Lowe. It was called The Grinder. And
I love Rob Lowe.
And I thought that first season was so funny.
Really?
Like my daughter and I, we were watching The Grinder, and basically the whole premise of it is The Grinder's Rob Lowe, and that's who he's an actor, and that's who the character he plays is The Grinder.
Oh, I got you.
So he goes back home essentially, and Fred Savage is his brother, and he goes back and he has to go live with his brother. But he's still famous because he's on TV as The Grinder. Like for somehow he gets kicked off of his own show or something.
Okay.
And so he goes back and lives with his brother. So he's like, his brother has to deal with the fact that like this famous TV star is back in town, and he keeps using lines from the show and everything.
Oh, so
like
he's just
that.
he's like a
He's pretentious.
Star.
Yeah, and he's coming back.
This kind of sounds like BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I've never watched BoJack.
Dude, we're just doing recommendations now. You got to watch BoJack Horseman. I love. It's got the guy from Blades of Glory. He plays the brother.
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett is one of my favorite actors. Anything he's in, I seek out actively.
Will Arnett's good.
I love him
Will
as
Arnett's
BoJack
good.
Horseman. I don't know why. Just his face is hilarious to me. The way he talks, like it's just I love Will Arnett. I can't get enough of that guy.
Will Arnett's good.
He's my favorite part of
I
Blades of
love
Glory.
that you reference. You know, Will Arnett from Blades of Glory, the touted comedy from what was it like
2008?
With
Will Arnett, yeah.
with Napoleon Dynamite, the guy that plays Napoleon Dynamite in there.
Hey, it's got Will Ferrell in it. That's
Yeah.
only a reference I think I could pull out with you. I'm not.
Yeah,
sure
no,
there's a lot of
100%.
people.
Well, the fact that I know these people's name right off the rip is almost concerns me a little bit.
No. No, these are just our credentials. This is the first episode. We're giving the audience our credentials for our nerd lore, our deep knowledge. Of
You know what's funny about it?
The media.
I was actually on a business trip a couple weeks ago, and I I had the TV on because usually my wife shuts off the TV and it's time to go to bed. But I like the TV on.
Truly a hassle.
I like the TV on, and so I had I just had it playing, and I woke up. in like the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and Blades of Glory was on, and I actually stayed up for like the extra hour and 20 minutes watching Blades of Glory. Blades of Glory,
as you should have. That's a great flick.
What was that?
That's
like
a great movie. I will stand by
Chad Michael Michaels, and he has like the fire, and he's flinging around. That's underrated picture.
There is a period of movies there of wonderful overshadowed.
Oh my God! This actually just like this came up today, and I thought it was really funny. So I was at work, and I was we were having a Teams meeting, and I was helping a colleague with a series of interviews.
Okay.
And one of the interviews was, it was a Teams interview, and we were like, yeah, she should come into the office, and she should, and she came into the office today, and she had a support person with her, and a support person. So she came in there. And, for the interview, the in-person interview, and this is like to hire her. Like, this is the, she gets past this, she gets hired.
Wait. So someone brought in a person, like a whole other person, like a support dog, but like a person?
Yeah, so the guy was like, yeah, I'm actually with the staffing agency, and we go with all of our people to make sure that they get to their interviews. And so he just sat there in the hall while she did the interview. But what made me think about it is I'm on this Teams call listening to this, and I was just like, hold on. Someone came in with another person, like stepbrothers? I was like, someone came in like stepbrothers? And the whole Teams call, they're laughing because obviously they get the reference.
Oh yeah, that's how it started. Yeah,
our director was like, stepbrothers. I don't get that. What's the reference? And you got like a whole like team of people just sitting there rolling, and they're like, she's like, I don't know the reference you're speaking of. I don't, like Step Brothers, the movie. Will Ferrell. John C. Reilly. Boats and Hoes. And
A Child Left Behind.
It was, and I even did that on the call. Go, like boats and hoes.
You're awesome.
Dude, and she just was like straight dead face was like, no, I don't know the reference. And I go, all right, cool. I felt, I was like, just laughing, and I got that Homer, that Homer gif where like I just slide back into the hedges. But no, just think about appreciated comedies and such. I haven't actually came across an appreciated comedy in a long time.
Wait, hold on. I'm still kind of stuck on this. So, like, this is a person that another person brought in, like a fidget spinner, but like it was a person model.
To make sure she got to the interview, and
it's called a support. Person,
she was.
Right? Like that's what I'm thinking is a support, like how you have a support animal.
Yeah,
it's a person.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, because I typed it into Google, and the AI overview is a support person is someone who provides assistance or emotional support to another person and can have many roles depending on. This is incredible. Can this is like a thing.
Yes,
it is. Person who accompanies him or her in order to help with communication, mobility, or personal care. But okay, there's so many questions. I don't even think we can get into that because there's so many questions.
We're not going to get into that. That was just a fun story. I thought I'd.
No, but about the references, that's hilarious. That's so good. That's so. Well, it's
just funny. It's just funny. You really.
I felt so attacked. I was watching a trash movie. It was called "This Is the End," and it has a bunch of like actors in it for no reason at all. Yeah, and so
you're talking about the
2011.
Yeah, with like James Franco and Seth Rogen and all those cats.
The Jonah Hill character says something in that movie.
Michael Cera.
I am personally attacked by it every time I watch that movie. which is only like twice. But like I've seen clips of it. You'll see clips. It's like there's GIFs of it now, but it's Jonah Hill going, "Oh, dude, sick reference." And the guy's just like, "Yeah, thanks." He goes, "No, like for real, bro. Like that was a really good reference." And he says that, and I just remember watching that, being like, "Damn, like." I don't want people to say that to me in such a way, but like also it would like kind of be nice to like feel appreciated for my references.
No,
but,
I
like,
let everybody know if they come up with a very good reference. I actually just ran across this the other day. I was
sick
I was
reference,
I was hanging out with some bros, and someone said something. They're like, "Man, that was a really good
I
reference."
think that was me.
Was that you?
I think I said that to you.
Yeah, and like I really appreciated it. I was like,
okay, that stemmed from. I'm not even.
"Oh,
kidding
this
you.
is
that stemmed from that.
This is the end."
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Yes, that's where it came from. Because like I just remember thinking like, is that a bad thing? Like if you make a reference, like if someone says that to you, like imagine someone was just like, "Oh, sick reference, dude."
No, I think it's great because I would do the same.
I want it to be a good thing.
Like
I want it to be a
I
positive
let
thing.
people know, like if we're texting and someone nails the GIF,
You gotta put an exclamation point.
well, not only do
Or a
they do
ha-ha.
that, but I throw a haha on there, but a haha can mean a lot of things. So I usually will type in, I genuinely laughed out loud.
No, you gotta put you
To
gotta
let them know that I picked up that phone, and instead of being like, "Oh, that's good," I just went, "Oh God, that's good."
No, or if you laugh like a really like you gotta let them know.
Oh yeah, like if
how
if
long
it's
you
a
laughed.
hearty laugh or
Yeah.
anything like that, because usually you're looking at it and you kind of have a smirk or a chuckle, and you're like, "Oh, that's good." But like when someone actually gets me to laugh out loud, not in person but over the phone, I have to give them their flowers.
You have to, or if you like
Have to give them
I'd
their
say
flowers.
The ultimate compliment is someone typing back, "I showed this to the person I'm sitting next to." That's how funny it is. I think you got like that's like the
Oh yeah,
ultimate
100%.
compliment.
Oh yeah.
Like
that
if
you,
someone laughs so hard and obnoxiously that they tell you that they laughed hard and obnoxiously and they showed it to someone, that's crazy. That's like you.
Oh, that's
peaked.
bonkers,
You
dog.
did. You
Yeah.
said something so
well
funny.
done, sir. Here's your
I
flowers.
don't think I've ever had that. I'm not gonna lie. I've had it. to
You've
where it's
never
like-
had anybody they say that to you?
No, I've had someone be like, "Oh, Peyton, that's funny," or like
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, I was laughing at that," but I've never had it to where it's like, "Oh, I showed this." I laughed so hard I showed this to my wife or my girlfriend or like.
Well, I'll let you
like-
know. I'll let you know that sometime.
Will you?
Yeah, because there's times I have shown my wife the football chat that we're on, and
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I've just been like, that shit's
That's
funny.
Good. You got to see that.
That's so good.
Gator. Are you conscientious of this? Of like letting people know when they're funny? He said yeah. Okay, that's good.
No, Gator's really good about that. I have no doubts.
No, that's good.
No, if he does, then I have no doubts about it. I have zero doubts.
Well, I just want like a lot of people probably don't even think about that. Like if they might see something funny and just not say a word.
Gator
you know?
Gator could get away with murder, and if he told me that he didn't do it, I would immediately believe him. Even if I
No
saw the
questions.
knife in his
Yeah, no
hand,
questions.
blood, every shred of evidence pointed that Gator was actually the murderer, I'd be like, nah, no way. That man
he's,
said
he's
no.
innocent. Pure innocence is a Gator.
Oh, yeah, no, that guy's solid as a rock.
But,
All right,
I
I'm
think
done talking to you.
Me too.
I think we're done. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us on the Bear Island.
Come get stranded with us
Come
again.
get stranded with us
Again.
some more.
Again.
Bye, everyone.